Hi there. How are you doing? I hope you have already done your home task and your English is becoming better and better. Welcome to our next lesson. Lesson number 9. Let's talk. How are you today? What does the weather look like today? Do you like today's weather? Now speak about yourself. Tell me about your name, age, profession, hobby, and so on. For example, my name is Irina. I am 38. I am a teacher, and so on. My hobby is I like, I hate, I enjoy. Speak about yourself. Do you remember how to answer the question? Are you married? Yes, I am. I am married. Or you can say, no, I'm not. I'm single. Now we are going to learn a new topic. The name of this topic is there is, there are. I'm sure that you have heard these words many times in your life. There is a TV in the room. There are many books on my shelf. There is a cat on my sofa. There are too many people here. So, what do these phrases mean? And do they have translation into your language? In my language, we don't use there is and there are. And we even don't have anything like this. So, it might be a little bit difficult to understand, but I'll try my best to explain. Have a look at this. We use there is or there are if we want to say that something exists somewhere. There is for singular, there are for plural. So, literally, if I want to say that a TV exists in the room, I would say there is a TV in the room for singular. If I want to speak about two TVs, I would say there are two TVs in the room. If you look around, you will see different objects. And for speaking about these objects, you can use there is or there are. There is a lamp on my desk. There is a cup in my hand. There is a sofa in my bedroom. There is a window behind my back. Can you make a couple sentences about what is there around you? To make positive form, we use phrases there is and there are in the beginning. And it sounds like there is a vase on the table. There are two vases on the table. There is a table in the room. There are many tables in the room. What about other forms? Negative form. To make negative form, of course, we need to put participle not after the verb to be. There isn't a vase on the table. There aren't two vases on the table. There isn't a table in the room. There aren't many tables in the room. How to make interrogative form, a question form. Of course, to make questions in English, we should change something places. In this case, we change places the verb to be and there. So, if we had there is in positive form, in interrogative, we will put is in the beginning. Is there a vase on the table? Are there two vases on the table? Is there a table in the room? Are there many tables in the room? And as usual, we have some short forms. But look at this. There is have short form theirs. But there are don't have short form. It means that all the time we will use there are. There are many chairs. There are two tables. To make a short negative form, we join is and not. There isn't. There aren't. There isn't a table. There aren't two desks. Take a look at short answers. Is there a table in your room? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Are there two computers on your desk? Yes, there are. No, there aren't. It's very important for you to take some notes and to remember these short answers. You know that while speaking, people usually use short forms. Let's get to the next slide. Let's have some practice. Your task is to make a pause and to fill in there is or there are. I will remind you one more time. We use there is to speak that something exists somewhere, and this is only for singular form, for one object or one person. For example, there is a cup on the table. We use there are to speak about two or more objects when we want to say that they are somewhere. There are 5 flowers in the vase. Now, pause this video, do this exercise in writing, then check your answers. Correct answers. There is a scarf in the wardrobe. There are 2 dresses in the wardrobe. There is a boy in the garden. There are some children outside. There are 5 apples in the bowl. There are 7 t-shirts in the wardrobe. There is 1 pen on the table. There are 2 jackets on a chair. There is a flower in the vase. Good job! Now let's have some more practice. Your task is to write affirmative sentences. Affirmative means positive. When you say that something is true. For example, you have 2 words, book, table, and a picture. Where is the book? The book is on the table. So we make an affirmative sentence with there is. Put there is in the beginning. There is, then put an article a, because we speak about one book. There is a book on the table. There is a book on the table. Now make your own sentences. Books, tables. Can you make it in plural form? Check your answer. There are 2 books on the table. Or you can just say there are books on the table. Or there are some books on the table. All these options are possible. The next one, apple, bowl. Can you make a sentence? Correct answer. There is an apple in the bowl. What about this one? Correct answer. There are many apples in the bowl. You can say there are some apples in the bowl. Or you can count them and say a certain amount. There are 7 apples in the bowl. All these options are possible. Excellent. Let's go to the next slide. Can you make a sentence? Correct answer. There is a child in the yard. What about this one? Correct answer. There are 2 children in the yard. What about this? Correct answer. There is a man in the car. What about plural form? Correct answer. There are 2 men in the car. Let's make some more. Correct answer. There is a ball on the floor. What about plural form? Correct answer. There are 4 balls on the floor. You are doing great today. Now let's learn some names of the fruits. I will read the words twice. Your task is to repeat, write them down, and remember. Let's get started. An orange. An orange. A banana. A banana. Grapes. Grapes. A watermelon. A watermelon. A melon. A melon. A lemon. A lemon. A cherry. A cherry. A pear. A pear. A plum. A plum. A peach. A peach. A pineapple. A pineapple. An avocado. An avocado. Write down these words into your vocabulary and remember them. Let's move further. We have just learned some names of the fruits, and we can use these words in sentences for remembering them better. Now let's make some questions from the statements. For example, there is a plum on the table. This is a statement or positive form, affirmative form. Your task is to make a question. I would like to remind you that in order to make a question, we should change there and the verb to be places. So the question will be, is there a plum on the table? Pause this video and do this exercise in writing following the example. Then check your answers. Correct answers. Is there a plum on the table? Is there a pear in the bowl? Are there 2 melons on the table? Are there 5 apples in the basket? Is there a cherry on the cake? Number 6. Are there 10 grapes in the bowl? Number 7. Is there a lemon in the tree? Number 8. Are there 2 lemons on the tree? Great job! Let's make some negative forms of the sentences. I would like to remind you, in order to make a negative form, we should put participle not after is. For example, there is a cherry on the plate. There is not a cherry on the plate. Or you can use short form. There isn't a cherry on the plate. Take a look at this example. Pause this video. Write down all the negative sentences, then check your answers. Correct answers. Number 2. There are not 6 pears in the tree. Short form. There aren't 6 pears in the tree. Number 3. There is a dog in my room. There is not a dog in my room. There isn't a dog in my room. There are many children outside. Negative. There are not many children outside. Short form. There aren't many children outside. Number 5. There isn't a watermelon on your plate. Or long form. There is not a watermelon on your plate. Number 6. There are not 3 peaches in the bowl. Short form. There aren't 3 peaches in the bowl. Number 7. There is not a cat in the garden. Short form. There isn't a cat in the garden. That's awesome. I hope you are really good at this. And let's have some practice with short answers. There are some questions from 1 to 8, and your task is to read the question and to write down the short answer. For example, are there 2 green apples? Take a look at the picture. Are there 2 green apples? 1, 2, yes. The answer is yes according to the picture. Are there 3 bananas? Yes, there are. Make a pause and do this exercise in writing or orally. Then check your answers. Correct answers. Number 3. Is there 1 pineapple? Yes, there is. Number 4. Is there 1 orange? Take a look. No, there aren't. Number 5. Are there many oranges? Yes, there are. Number 6. Are there many apples? Yes, there are. Number 7. Is there 1 grape? No, there isn't. Are there many grapes? Yes, there are. Wonderful! I'm so glad you have learned this topic. You did a great job today. In today's lesson, we have learned some names of fruits and vegetables. And now you might say, what's your favorite fruit? What is your favorite fruit? Did we have a picture of that fruit in this lesson? We also learned why do we use there is and there are. Do you remember why? Correct, to say that something exists somewhere. There is a lamp on the table. There is a cup in my hand. We learned how to make positive question and negative forms and how to give short answers with there is, there are. It might be a little difficult in the beginning to pronounce these expressions correctly. So you can watch some more videos how to pronounce there is, there are, and practice saying them. Long forms, short forms, and short answers. That's it for today. I was glad to see you. Thank you for trying your best and for making those huge efforts. Have a wonderful day. Bye.